pull the whole thing down. I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gonna be biblical.
Oh, yes, I love that. Right. Welcome to Patriots Across the Pond live watch party. Now, this is just an impromptu thing because let me just say first, my amazing co-host, Elisa, is unwell. And she's messaged me in the middle of the night from over there. She's a bit run down, scratchy voice, probably sounds like Bonnie Tyler. So she's going to rest up today. She may be watching. She may even pop her head in, but I don't think so. But this is going to be, if you saw the little bit of decode MatrixQdeBreaker did, and I did a little video about it, just a 5-minute thing about Charlie Kirk's passing and correlations with Q drop 654 and things like that, and that is in this. After that, I messaged Matrix and said, where, because I saw it on another show that he did this whole dig called the monstrosity dig. Now, he's been doing so much work looking into, he watches Fox News all day. Now, I said before that we are being given drops and signs and nods and stuff by the Q team, but they're not coming from the board. You just need to know where to look. But Matrix watches Fox News all the time because some of the stuff that I've seen him do, and don't forget, his shows are 6, 7, 8 hours long, live digging. This is all he does. He watches, you know, everything, the comms, all this sorts of stuff, but he does concentrate on Fox News. Whether there's any of that in this or not, I've just skipped through a few little bits of it, but I am watching this in full for the first time myself, and the people that I showed that 5 minutes to were going, what? You will understand when you watch this. But yeah, Matrix is a brilliant. He's on with Rambo and Dave all the time now. And the guy's just, this fella needs to be studied, really. He sees in numbers and all these sorts of things. So I just thought it'd be an interesting extra thing to do on a Monday afternoon. Now, this was scheduled for 5 p.m. GMT today. But seeing as I've got everything done I need to do, gyms and all that sort of stuff, I brought it forward 4 hours, and I'm just going to get this out of the way. Then I can have my tea at a sensible time again, can't I? But this should be really, really interesting. This is about 2 hours and a little bit long. I've got it on 1.25 speed. I may speed it up or slow it down as it goes, but Matrix talks reasonably slowly and stuff. So as long as he's not firing through the drops and stuff like that, I will just maintain it as I go and go. But let's watch this, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I know that. And yeah, let's see what happens. And for 2 hours plus, you're not going to really hear me say much at all, which might be nice for some of you. But, and at the end as well, there's about 4 minutes of waffle, 4 or 5 minutes of waffle, where he's just doing a couple of rumble comments and stuff like that. But he does say a few important bits in there: actors, movie, etc. So I'm going to play it till the end, and we'll see how we get on. But this is the dig Matrix sent me. It's called Cracking the Code, and this is drops from I can't remember. It's in September. He tracks stuff in September, but obviously, if he says anything in there and date fags and says, "Oh, watch out for this date," and we didn't see it happen, just be mindful of that. It doesn't really matter. Loads of people like to date fag. We've all made mistakes date fagging in the past, but we still want to do it in the future, because if we can just get people ready for whatever comes down the pike or pipe, however you want to say it, it's going to be better, isn't it? Because I say to people, it's better being 17 years too early, whether that's having a bag of rice or some food, right, ready, or gold, silver, crypto, any of these things coming in. It's better to be 17 years too early than 1 day too late. So that's enough of me waffling. I'm going to put myself down there in the corner so the screen's bigger, and put my mic. But listen to this. This should be quite mind-blowing. Enjoy.
Not used to having this much traffic on my stuff. This is all brand new to me. I've been stuck in a small corner of the internet for a long time, and just now the word's getting out, and I'm appreciative of that, and I got to shout out Joe Rambo for that. But also thank you guys for showing up, because you guys are the reason I do this, and you guys are why I do this for a living. I'm trying to put out all this information I possibly can, and it's all for you guys. So the more people and the more eyes on, the better. All right, so also, Tallest Symbol Freedom, welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. It says, show us the numbers. Oh, we're going to get into numbers. Trust and believe. All right. So let me scroll on here, my Twitter. Where do I got to start at? Where at? Okay, perfect. So that goes to last week. All right, so there we go. I think we'll start here. So as everybody knows, the whole Charlie Kirk thing is pretty much going to be kind of the main subject, but it's going to be everything that's built around it as well. It's not just going to be Charlie Kirk. There we go. Here's where we can start. Okay, so let's bring you guys on over. Oh, and as soon as I do that, Max Force raids me as well. So let's say hello to Max Force. Max, thank you for that raid. Welcome everybody from the Max Force raid. And thank you for the 420 gold pills, Mac. All right, so here's where we're going to begin. We're going to go back in time a little bit. So with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I'm past trying to sit there and tell anybody he's alive or he's dead. I personally have no idea. Okay, so flip a coin and choose which one you want to decide. I'm completely taking that off the table. I'm going to utilize my wording to say the narrative aspect that he's dead. I am not 100% sure he is. If you don't like that, you're welcome to head on out and disagree with me. I do not care. I'm going to present you with every bit of evidence I possibly can, and you guys can decide what we're seeing. And as you see on the screen, this is all the way back from April 17th of this year. Dan Scavino posted Bukele having a martini and playing chess. It was his reply or quote post to Bukele saying, "I love chess." Again, that's April 17th of 2025. So when it comes to this, what I want to point out is why I say I'm done trying to see whether if Charlie's alive or not, because regardless of whether he really is dead or alive, he is a chess piece that was taken off the board. So we're not going to, if he is alive, we're not going to find out. He's not going to walk out from behind a curtain and say, "Hey guys," it's not going to happen. But we take what happened and we move forward with it, and we see, well, let's see where the comms end up leading us and what's going to happen from that point moving forward. That's what I'm personally worried about. And again, I bring the chess part up first because the chess piece called Charlie Kirk is now officially off the board. Pamela Holleran, welcome and good to see you, and thank you for that $5 Rumble rant. It says, trust and believe. Yes, very much. So that's where I want to start it, is that alone. He was a chess piece. So, oh, I have another one too. Oh, and then Teddy1212, also, thank you for gifting 5 subscriptions as well over on the Rumble side. Got to keep up with those. I know there's just I hear everybody else saying that. Okay, so the chess piece is now gone. And I'm going to link this into my decodes as I move forward. So there's my show. One Nation Under God. Okay, this was an actual decode I've already done. Maybe that'll be in here. Let's go past that one right now. Let's see. And what we're doing right, see, this is September 8th right here. So we're going back right now to the date of when Buckle Up Buttercups was said by Bukele. I'm slowly going back in time here. Okay, so right here, this is Operation Midway Blitz over on Fox News. This is ICE launches Operation Midway Blitz in Illinois. Drop number 1791 was August 1st, 2018. And here at the bottom of this drop, it says, did you notice the Fox News coverage of QAnon last night? Targeted? Why isn't Fox News part of the mainstream media coordinated Blitz attack? Logical thinking, POTUS. Now, as we go back, I don't have this as a visual as I normally do, but as you can see here, Operation Midway Blitz. Blitz is inside the drop. Who is showing you this? It is Fox News. Both Fox News and Blitz are inside of this drop. And should I leave it at that? Oh, and then one other piece is when I caught this, bottom left-hand corner is you see the timestamp being 3:16. This is not part of this episode specific, but for anybody that does not know, the original Durham report that came out on May 12th to 15th of 2023, that original Durham report had 316 pages. So when I see 316, some people say John 316. I say John Durham 316. So that's what I see with this one. I'm seeing a combination of the Blitz, Q, Fox News, John Durham, and inside the drop we have Blitz, Q, and Fox News. Don't have a Durham direct in this, but still pretty good. Not too bad. Let's see. Buckle Up Buttercups. Here we go. So here is the one from recently from Bukele. And actually, let me just go ahead and pull that decode up because it'll be much easier to show it with my version of it. All right, here we go. All right, so here's your date, bottom. September 8th, 2025, that's where we were on X, so that's where I'm going to go to here. We have Bukele saying, buckle up buttercups. Why that was important was because the date of him saying that was exactly 2 days prior to the actual delta that says, buckle up buttercups. There's your September 10th date for it, and that's from drop 2134. And again, it was a two-day delta. So, of course, what we do in the middle of these two is you have September 10th, top right, and bottom left is going to be 9/8, 2 days difference. And it says, we were inspired by Anons here to make our efforts more public. Find the exchange 2 days ago. Feel proud. And you get buttercups and buttercups. No joke. Now, to put these two together, though, is the same day as buttercups, the drop. On 9/10/2025, we have Trump saying, what's with Russia violating Poland's airspace with drones? Here we go. So I typed in here we go into the drops, and I happened to find a buckle up. Here we go. So I thought that was absolutely perfect. Went together. And then we also had the same exact day of this right here, September 10th, Buckle Up Buttercups. We just so happen to get, let me see, there it is. Make sure it doesn't play quickly. We had Harris Faulkner on the exact day, on September 10th, said this.
There had been 14 arrests.
Well, what I had before me goes back 18 years, so it can't be that hard to have something before you. And not everything is admissible to every case, which you could read up, Buttercup. I would say that to every case, which you could read up, Buttercup. Every case, which you could read up, Buttercup.
So she says, read up Buttercup. What are the odds that on the exact day of Buckle Up Buttercups and 2 days after we get Buckle Up Buttercups, she says, read up Buttercups. You can't make this stuff up. Say what? That's insane. That's insane right there. And that is your Buckle Up Buttercups. Let's see, I see D class. I was on to D class. Oh, yes, and by the way, for anybody that does not know, there really is no spoon in the drops, by the way. Morpheus, or I'm sorry, the little kid talking to Neo wasn't lying. There is no spoon. All right, keep up with that? Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so let's see. What's next? Okay, so then we had the stabbing situation. Yep, hang on a second. We have another raid coming in over here on the Pill side. Omazon, thank you for that raid, sir. My typical co-host over here today is not with me, but he is in the chat now, and so is the entire stream over there from his channel. Welcome in, everybody, from Omazon's. Good to see all of you. We are just now getting into everything, too, so you're not too late. Okay, so we had the guy whose name was D. Carlos Brown. Let me see if I can grab his picture real quick, because he's in my decodes, but I just need his picture. Where are you? Oh, that's right, he's in a folder. Oh, there he is. Okay, so D. Carlos Brown is the guy that did the stabby thing. So on the train, this right here, we have D. Carlos Brown. All right, so there was some, I don't have the clip of this. We showed this on what, 3 different, I've seen it and shown it 3 times while saying this. I just didn't go pull all the clips for everything. But one thing that came out on the same day as Harris Faulkner said the Buttercups thing, on the Delta for the Buttercups thing, there was a phone call that was released with this guy here talking about him having things inside of his body that was making him do all of this. Or like, yeah, and so you're going to have to look into other people that put the stuff in his body. So in a sense, it's like he was talking about he was bugged. So, oddly enough, the drop for the same date, so the date was 9/10, drop number 9/10 says, focus on the call details. We knew it would leak. We knew certain areas of the White House were bugged. We knew certain people would leak. Focus, why Australia? Q. Now, that same day's 9/10, this drop ends with focus. Why Australia? But the word focus. Keep telling everybody, don't let your emotions get in the way of the judgment. Focus on the mission. Same day you get shot, we also have a word, focus. Again, I find that very interesting. Okay, now we're going to start getting into the big one. So first, before I get to the big one, let me go backwards. And I'm going to go back to D. Carlos Brown real quick because there's an extra little piece to this I want to show. So whenever this came up, it says it right here on the screen, he was arrested 14 times in total. That number 14 is going to come into play multiple times as the show goes on. So simple number to remember, 14. But D. Carlos Brown, what caught my attention? Multiple things. One, that's the same guy with all those pictures looking all kinds of different colors, just like they do to Trump when you see him on TV. I kind of find that funny. But his name is what does it. What I personally saw when I first read it was I saw Doc Brown, as in Back to the Future. D-O-C Brown. That's what I saw. And then somebody in my chat, if I remember, it was like Cutie Pie 72 maybe, or Cutie Pie 17, happened to write me and say, holy crap, it's something else. Well, I made a visual for it. This was not my original decode, but I was on the show called D-Class with Rambo, and it just so happens D-Class is inside of D. Carlos Brown's name, leaving you with an O-R left over. Now, I don't remember all the things we said about it. It could be or D-Class. How did we say that? Row D-Class, or I don't know. But either way, what are the odds? And there's your Doc Brown to go with it. Again, just found that too interesting that his name happens to do that. And then the number 14, how many times he was arrested? Again, that's going to come in to play. All right, so there's D. Brown. Move him. Okay, so next thing up is the start of the big part of the decode. So, as you guys can see here, at the top of this drop, our post is September 10th. Posted this at 12:32. So this is an hour or so before Charlie got shot is when I posted this. Today's Delta, 21:37, September 10th, 2018, which is a 7-year Delta. Has a 0 marker. And we also had several zeros in a visual on Fox News in the days leading up. I think it was actually the night before. Again, I don't think I grabbed that picture to pull out. Showed that the last few times, though. Now, inside this drop, the zeros caught my attention, but also it talks about storms in the Atlantic are very dangerous. The federal government is closely monitoring and ready to assist. We are with you. And then like an hour later, Charlie gets shot. So, first thing, I'm going to combine all these as well. I'm working through, and then I put this. Okay, so I just went through that drop as well, which is the Bukele, Buckle Up Buttercups. I did those 2 posts before Charlie was shot. And then Charlie gets shot right there. So there's my first post with it. So an hour, 1:47, so a little over an hour and 15 minutes after I had posted the original Storm one, he gets shot. So with that said, let's go ahead and go back to here. We're going to get into one of the larger decodes that I have sitting here for all of this. And yes, I've shown this before, but I've added a huge spot onto this. For anybody that's seen the quote-unquote big one that Rambo showed last night, or you've seen on my X, I have a whole nother section that's as big, if not bigger than that, added to it. So stick around. I have a lot to show. Let's see. Which one is it? I got so many visual decodes in here. It's retarded. Let's see. Buckle Up Buttercup. All right, so here is the original. Yeah, the original big one, this one here. So again, what we're going to be focusing on here is the Delta 2137 that had the zeros in it. The storms in the Atlantic are very dangerous. That's where we're about to head. All right, so there we go. I'll start with this. All right, so we've done this piece of this one. I posted out this and one other one just before Charlie gets shot, and then he does get shot. So the Delta I just went through with the quad zeros, or the 0 deltas in it, is going to come into play in a second, but we're going to go to another step in this first. So what I did next is I checked Charlie's age. He was born 10/14/93 to 9/10/2025. All I did was just to see how long he was alive, to see what kind of numbers I could pull out of this. And this part of it right here happened while I was actually live on air. I got called into Rambo Show to help him show a couple of clips. And while on the show, this is what I saw, and this is what I came up with. Again, this was live on air, and I've added a ton to this. So, October 1493 to Wednesday, September 10, 2025. Here's where it begins. So it's 11,654 days, or 31 years, 10 months, and 27 days. Now, when I put this calculation in, the first thing that catches my eye is going to be our 654. Reason why is because the numbers 4, 5, and 6 represent our 3 movies playing, whether they're playing simultaneously or not, but they're 4, 5, and 6. That's what I see. And of course, if you think mirror, you get 654. So that's where my brain went. So because this is wrote out 654, I went ahead and just pulled up drop 654. And what ends up happening is insane. So if you see this, hold on a second. Let's show everybody, though. So here's the drop original right here. 654, January 31st, 2018, 10/27/01. Now, it's what's inside just this little box right here is what hits right off the bat. And this is what broke my brain for a little while, actually. So let's go back and find out what we found. So we're going to be, again, using drop 654. I pop in 654, and every number you see circled here is all inside of this drop. All right, so your drop number, 654, there's your 654. It was on the 31st, there's your 31. 10/27 is your timestamp, 10 months, 27 days is his age. And the one thing we did not use is our 2018 or the 11 sitting here. But if you just happen to take 2018 and do 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8, you get 11. So just in the top of the drop, every single number from Charlie's age matches a drop. Now, what the hell are the odds of that? I don't know. I didn't know what to do with myself when I saw this originally. And I had to try and present this on Joe's show before I had a visual to it and try and make people understand what I was saying. But then the next piece hits. So for those out there that don't know, the code for murder, police code, is 187. 187. So when I see 187, I think murder. So at the top of this drop, you see all the numbers across the board. The very next step down to it, though, happens in the ID number that says 187. So all the numbers for Charlie Kirk and a 187 all mixing into one. What is going on, everybody? I don't know. But what are the odds? Suki2020, thank you for the 5 gifted subscriptions over there on the Rumble side. I'll make sure I say those before they disappear on me. Thank you. There we go. Now I can see my chats. I had them covered. All right, so that's just the starting point right here. Okay, so now we got to get to drop 654 itself. Okay, so drop 654 is extremely important with all these numbers in it. So, but first, before we can find out about 654, we kind of got to go back to the other drop I began with, which was the delta with the zeros in it. So let me hightail it over here. Here we go. So this is what I had on X. Drop 2137, September 10th, 2018. Can anyone...
Hold up, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to put the speed down to normal and see if that sorts it out a little bit. Let's try it again.
Or can someone explain to me how that Trump tweets a 0 marker? Again, that's just one thing that caught my attention. And then we'll get into the picture in the drop right here, which, let me go to the better one so you can see all the numbers to it. There we go. All right, so, and for those that might get confused about what you're seeing here, since I'm zoomed in, I have overlaid, this is drop 654, and I have the picture from that other drop overlaid on top of this one to put it together for you guys. So this is drop 654, but inside of it, we see the drop I just showed you. There's your 0 delta. There's your first one. Follow the line down, you have 3 more. So you have a 000 delta in kill brackets, and you also have a 4th. So you have 4 quad zeros inside of this picture from inside of one drop from that same day's delta. What's it say inside the drop? It says the storms in the Atlantic are very dangerous. We encourage anyone in the path of these storms to prepare themselves and to heed the warnings of state and local officials. The federal government is closely monitoring and ready to assist. We are with you. Now, why is this so important to all of this? The 0000 and the storm all come together in a very freaky way. So the zeros are first. So we have 1 0 here. We have 2, 3, and 4. 4 total zeros, everybody. So the picture in drop number 654 is named 0000 or quad zero freedom. So I have all 4 zeros from the delta from that day, matching a picture that matches every single number for Charlie Kirk. What? Not only that, it finishes off with the word freedom. Let's see where that freedom word comes into play. Let's follow the line. Let's follow this line here. Oh, that's right. The freedom shirt Charlie Kirk was wearing whenever he got shot. So let me bring this just to the right point. There you go. So you have 654, the 31, 11, 10, 27, 187, and his shirt, all built into the drop 654, which has a picture named the same as the storm delta for the day. And of course, then we had Trump go on, and whether it was an AI vid or not, I'll explain this. He got on. He said, my great fellow Americans, yada, yada, yada. We go to the drop everybody knows, drop 55, and you get the look to Twitter. I'm going to say that again, too. Look to Twitter. Exactly this. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. God bless. Now, for those out there that are like, oh, well, he didn't say exactly this. He said great. All right, well, were you looking at Twitter? Because Twitter doesn't exist anymore. So anybody out there that's sitting there going, oh, well, I didn't say it exactly. No, it's because Twitter doesn't exist. It's X. And what happened to Twitter? It turned into X, and it was made great. Literally. My great fellow Americans works even better, in my opinion. And yes, people have, like I think it was Joe, put it in and said this might have been a AI video, and it probably was. Who else is to say that the whole Charlie Kirk wasn't either? Yeah, I said it. Who knows? Who the hell knows? But what are the odds of all these things coming together all at one time? That's my other question. So we have this right here. The delta for the day, the time in which Charlie lived, matching an entire drop, including the shirt he was wearing. What are the odds of all that? I don't know. I would say mathematically impossible, to say the very least. So the next piece of this is, a lot of people are wondering, is this the shot heard round the world? I think I have that answer. I think it is 100% the shot heard around the world, even more so than the fake Trump shot in a year. If you don't believe that, you got some research to do. The shot heard around the world, not only did the kid, I actually got shown this by, it was Dave from News Trees, and shout out Dave. When Rambo showed this yesterday, Dave put on air a clip of one of the people that got interviewed at the Charlie Kirk event and saying it was the shot heard around the world. Now, I don't have that clip because I don't do clips. I do screenshots better. So I don't have the clip, but he showed that. It blew my mind. I didn't know that. But let me show you my piece of this. It says the shot heard around the world, and I think I can prove it with just the way I do things. So the drop number this is in is drop number 560. And there's a 9 or 6, or I can't remember the exact amount, but there's several drops with the shot heard around the world. Maybe there's 4. Anyway, this one here's what stuck out the most. Drop 560 is on January 19th, which January 19th number-wise would be 119, which would be the day after Charlie got shot in reverse. The same numbers, 9/11, 119. But the timestamp is 3/11. And again, this is from the shot heard around the world. What's the shot heard around the world? Well, let's see. 3/11 is the timestamp. It just so happens CK for Charlie Kirk is 311, the third and 11th letter of the alphabet. And yes, you can flip it around and do 11.3, Law of War Manual. And yes, you can do 3 times 11 and get 33 if you want to do central casting or the Mason stuff with the guy named Mason that was there, Bo Mason, whatever you want to do. Add to it. Keep going. But keep on following me, because then we have the date. So the timestamp's 311, which is Charlie Kirk's initials. And then we have the date 119. What else equals 119? Let's follow the line. There's our 119, but what is it to? Oh no, Charlie Kirk dead happens to equal 119. So now we've got another piece to it. We have the shot heard around the world. Timestamp matches his initials. Date of the drop matches Charlie Kirk dead. Along with the freedom shirt he's wearing, along with the storm stuff, the zero deltas that matches the name of the picture in the drop that matched everything about Charlie Kirk. Are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Here's the little clippy clip right here. I don't have the actual clip. There's a screenshot to my great fellow Americans. Now, Charlie was shot 34 days before his 32nd birthday. I'm going to get my numbers all confused here. But yeah, 34 days before his 32nd birthday. So the number 34 came up. So I've shown you drop number 55 for my fellow Americans. So let's go one more. We're going to go to drop 34. Drop number 34. Q clearance Patriot, my fellow Americans. Over the course of the next several days, you will undoubtedly realize that we are taking back our great country, the land of the free, from the evil tyrants that wish to do us harm and destroy the last remaining refuge of shining light. On POTUS's order, we have initiated certain fail-safes that shall safeguard the public from the primary fallout, which is slated to occur 11.3. Upon the arrest of Mr. Podesta, actionable 11.4. So, slated to occur 11.3, huh? All right, well, I do believe I just showed you guys somebody died and his initials are 11.3 backwards. Just saying. I think that's interesting as all get out, and it kind of lines up with everything else too. So, the 11.3, 11.4, confirmation to the public of what is occurring will then be revealed and will not be openly accepted. Public riots are being organized in serious numbers in an effort to prevent the arrest and capture of more senior public officials. On POTUS's order, a state of temporary military control will be actioned and special ops carried out. False leaks have been made to retain several within the confines of the United States to prevent extradition and special operator necessity. Rest assured, the safety and well-being of every man, woman, and child in this country is being exhausted in full. However, the atmosphere within the country will unfortunately be divided as so many have fallen for the corrupt and evil narrative that has long been broadcast. We will be initiating the Emergency Broadcast System, EMS, during this time in an effort to provide a direct message avoiding the fake news to all citizens. Organizations and/or people that wish to do us harm during this time will be met with swift fury. Certain laws have been pre-lifted to provide our great military the necessary authority to handle and conduct these operations at home and abroad. And that is drop 34. Again, he was killed 34 days before his 32nd birthday. There we go. Say that stuff correct. All these numbers get really confusing sometimes. And let's see, I guess I'll point this out since I am right here. I might forget about this later. I didn't circle it. But the blue numbers to this drop as well end in 888. But not only just triple eights, that's 7 right here. Actually, I have that. I grabbed the screenshot. I can show you guys this. Did I? I think I did. Oh, where are you? There it is. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. Trying to think, what was the date? Oh, I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. Facebook. Check this out. Okay. Now I have to bring up something different because I lost where my... my screenshot is, because I have a screenshot of this math equation, but it's okay. So, long story short would be this. I posted up a little while, let's see, what was it, about a week ago. We had Facebook come into play. Now, LifeLog and Facebook, we came across those drops. Those were deltas on somewhere in the last week or so. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'm going to prove this to you guys. Let's see. So, let's do like this. See if I can find it. Nope, can't do it that way. Nope. Facebook. Got to find the one with Mark Zuckerberg on it. There we go. Okay. Oh, shit. There we go. All right, somewhere down here. I want to make sure I show this to you guys because I didn't have this part. I forgot about this. There it is. All right, so drop 1130. Oh, wow. It's weird how those numbers come together, too. Okay. So this here, there we go. Okay, so the numbers I'm pointing out here came from drop 34. I just read the entire drop to you. It's the other fellow Americans one. And what I'm going to show you real quick is this number. The last 4 digits of this drop is 7888. And I have decodes for that alone already, but it's not a part of this show. But since I have this here, let me show you this piece of it. This is crazy. Oh, wrong one. Get rid of that. So, LifeLog. Pentagon kills LifeLog project. Facebook was created right here, February 4th of 2004, which is not 14 years ago, but February 4th of 2004. When I saw that date, I plugged it into my calculator just to see what I would get, and this was like on the 2nd. What's the date of this? Oh, that's not that. I think it was on September 2nd, and I saw how the numbers were about to line up, so I went ahead and filled it in and found out when it would hit. So, see, what was it? February 4th of 2004, we had Facebook founded. And this month would be the day before Charlie Kirk got shot. There it is. On 9/9/25, it was 7,888 days since Facebook became Facebook after being LifeLog. And again, 7888. What the hell are the odds that I happen to catch that same set of 4 digits? And it's inside this crazy, crazy, crazy decode I have going here. So, and it lines up one day before Charlie gets shot. Come on, man. What? Just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so that's, let's see, that's 34 fellow Americans. Did that piece, Let's see. All right, next up. So we had Charlie Kirk dead. That went to drop 560, shot heard around the world, along with his initials being in the timestamp. Now let's go to the next piece. Next piece up is going to be Charlie Kirk in simple gematria, just his name, no middle name. It equals 105. And drop 105 happens to be on November 5th, 2017, and I'll get to that in a second. This drop says, please pray, operators are in harm's way, high risk, high value targets. Please pause and give thanks to those who would die to save our republic. More to follow. Again, just what are the odds, guys? I almost don't even have words for that of how crazy that is. But I do have to show you this as well because this is a different visual, so I got to open this one now so I can zoom in and show you what I added to this. There it is. Okay, so let me bring this over. It's not only that. That 105 right here. So during the election last year, November 5th of 2024, Charlie happened to be wearing a shirt that said pray. There's a screenshot from his show during the election. That shirt says pray. Please pray is in the start of 105. And not only that, again, he was wearing this on the election, November 5th, 2024. Look at the date of the drop. It's on November 5th, y'all. What? Just what? What is the odds of that? I don't have the answer. But what? Okay, so then the other piece, this is, yeah, okay, this is, I started putting all this together. This is my other visual here. So this is the other piece to it. So right here, I already brought up the CK, Charlie Kirk, his initials. Backwards is KC, or 11.3 Law of War Manual. Well, I pulled a drop that has the KC 11.3 in it. It's on August 17th of 2020. There's a special calculation I do with this that shows some crazy numbers. I can get to that, but that's not where I'm going with this second. The other piece I wanted to bring up is right here. So you have your 311 CK. Now that you have both here, you can kind of see what I was doing with it is combining the two, because just above you saw, oh, nope. I'll see, now it's out of order. Ugh, multiples. Let me show you two at once. Here we go. All right, so here we go. I'll show you both of them. So in one, you have one shirt that says pray that lines up with exactly when the election was. And then the other piece to it just so happens to have the other shirt he wore when he got shot. So that's two shirts in a row, everybody. I need everybody to really think about that. So during the election, he's wearing a shirt that says pray. There's a drop that matches his name that has the same date as the election, and what's on his shirt is the second word in that drop. The rest of the drop talks exactly about him. And then when Charlie Kirk dead matches another drop with a timestamp that matches his initials, the shot heard around the world, which the dude said after he was shot, and again, the shirt he was wearing, same as this one, ends up matching up with perfect 0 delta drops. What are we seeing here? It's, I almost don't even have words for what I'm looking at, really, honestly. It's the biggest psyop I've ever seen, because everything here perfectly aligns with what we've been seeing. All right, so here's the next piece up, and actually there's more to add to this, so I'll finish this one out. So Kash Patel posted this out. The subject is in custody. The subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. Well, again, the date he did this is going to be 9/11 or 9/10, I guess. It would be that night. I don't know if it was midnight or not, but regardless of it, it was his 911th post, y'all. His exact 911th post, he says they didn't catch him. Oh yeah, and then he also happens to have 172 people following him and 1.7 million followers, giving you a 17 and a 17 as well, on top of the fact that it was his 911th post. And right next to that, on the same day, early in the day, we got this from Fox News. It said comms team, and the timestamp happened to be the date reversed, 9/11. So I see comms team 9/11. Who are the comm teams? I would say the 17s are, with 9/11. What? Now, I can expand on this too. The number 9/11, just so you guys are aware. So Trump was shot at 6/11. Twin Pines Mall, timestamp is 1/16. 9/11, flipped upside down. First edition King James Bible is in 1611. That's just a whole bunch of stuff comes together with that number, and I'm trying to find a visual here. There it is. I'm going to prove to you guys about this too. Trump shot at 6/11. Here's where he reaches to his ear. Oh, where's my timestamp? Oh, there it is. 6/11. There's the timestamp Trump got shot. Twin Pines Mall at 1/16. Seriously, though. So the numbers are just all over the place. Let's not forget, what were we celebrating the day after 9/11? a day after Charlie Kirk, 9/11, the 24th anniversary to it as well. So 9/11 is written all over everything. So let me back out of this. Did I miss something? This is going to come into play, and I guess I'll add this in too. So when I got to this point here, and I have Charlie Kirk 187, this 187 also relates to something as well that brings in another 9/11. And what that is this drop over here, which is drop 1001, which I have multiple things to add to this, but I'm going to show it now, is the 187 site E. So 187 is what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I just showed you how that related. But it says site E. His wife's name is Erica, and it starts with an E. Didn't realize that at first, so I didn't say that till now. That's crazy. What is the drop? It's the drop of Epstein Island. And the timestamp of this drop is exactly the date of 9/11. 9/11/01. What? How does this happen? I don't know, but it does. I really don't know. So there is the first big one you guys have all now seen, and anybody that has seen it, this is now out there, but I have another entire segment that's bigger than this added onto it. So we might want to go there next. But before I do, let me pause myself, let myself breathe for a second. Let me get off the screen, and I'll just look over the chat for a second, because holy crap, that one here, I'll just bring me back here. This one thing right here with all these connections is just crazy. I've been doing this for a long time, and this right here was crazy. And then what I've added to it is even more wild, and it just keeps getting more and more and more and more in depth. And as I keep on going, I'm going to keep on adding to this. The only problem is on the next one I have built, it's max size, so I can't even make it any bigger. So I got to start making secondary pieces to this. So this is nuts how much is coming together. All right, so over to the chat here. See, did I miss anything over here on Rumble? I know you guys disappear. And welcome in, everybody. If you haven't yet, please do smack that thumbs up over on the Rumble side or that red pill on the pilled side, depending on which end you are on. I am caught up on Rumble. Awesome. Thank you guys for those subscriptions you threw out there. And then on the pilled side, see, after Max Forces 420, we have Coffee Talk with Sandra. Welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for that cookie. The character is no longer with us. Taken by surprise. Exactly. Like I said, chess piece taken off the board. Regardless of whether you believe he's dead or alive, the chess piece that's known as Charlie Kirk is now off the board, period. Swickly, welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for that can. Goober. Oh, Goober, you gave out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-month bronze tier subscriptions. Thank you very much for that. Picked up by Hazel Eyes, Misinformation, Scaldwelk, Shifty Shift, and KH Ohio. Congratulations, you guys. P-Quest, welcome in. Thank you for that cookie. And Trisha E, welcome in. Thank you for that can. It says, impressive finds. Autists are proud. Salute. Thank you. That's okay. That's the other thing I meant to actually say in the beginning of the show too. I want to thank you guys for all the positive affirmations on the decodes I've been dropping recently. I don't normally drop all these stuff like this on your screen here, like these type of things. I don't normally throw these up on X and all the other sites. I normally do this during my shows, so I'm not somebody that usually throws just decode after decode after decode out. But the reason I did start doing that over the last couple weeks is for one simple reason. Being on Rambo's show has gotten so many eyes on what I'm doing over here, me and my, of course, partner Omazon, that I felt the need to actually have to bump up my game and start doing this stuff more so you guys all out there that are brand new to me can actually see what the hell I'm about and what I do. I've been doing this for years, and I've been stuck in a tiny corner of the internet, and thanks again to Joe Rambo, I am starting to actually have a crowd, and you guys are getting eyes on, and I absolutely love it. So I'm trying to pump my game up for all you guys out there. So I hope you guys enjoy, because this is going to get wild. This is going to get wild. All right, so am I on the second one? All right. You guys are going to love seeing this. Those out there that like this stuff, this is crazy. Okay, so there's the one we just went through, everybody. And that was pretty big. Part 2 has this plus more onto it. So I'm just gonna give you a little quick preview. There you go. That's where we're gonna be getting into. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. So before I get to that, the giant one, I wanna bring over a couple small ones. I'm trying to make all this flow is what I'm trying to do. And I don't know the correct order to do this in either to make it flow. Where's my correct tabs at? Come on. All right, let me close that. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. All right, so now, do I need to go any further with my X page? Okay, now I want to get that. Okay, there's the big one. Okay, I guess, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one then, all right. I gotta find all my screenshots here. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, this is where I want to begin. This is the very beginning of this decode, so... yeah, we'll start here. Oh boy, this is gonna take a while to get through. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. All right, so let me get you guys in the right place. There we are. All right. All right, so this is the other visual. This is the larger visual right here. I did kind of put it together to where it looks like it's going to be the same thing. So we've already gone through this piece of it. We saw the top piece of it, but I've added more to it. So let's go with, we'll go here. All right, next piece up. We have Building a Legacy, Remembering Charlie Kirk coming up. September 21st, 2025. And I cannot, the first thing I thought of when I saw that date was I know exactly what drop is dropping on that day. And I about lost my mind because I think Suicide Weekend's inbound, everybody. Check this out. So, Charlie Kirk. Remembering Charlie Kirk is going to be September 21st, 2025. And it just so happens on September 21st, 2018, so you have a 7-year delta about to hit. And that delta is our suicide hotline number, drop 2262. The music is about to stop. And your phone number is 202-456. And I told you all to remember that number 14 from earlier. That D. Carlos Brown arrested 14 times. 1414 is how you end the phone number. So that alone just was like, holy crap, this is crazy. So they are going to have this happen. So it's, in a way, it's like a state funeral, not really, but kind of is. I think the suicide hotline is going to come into play. Now, let's back out, show you a couple more. Drop 700 says next week was Suicide Weekend, and a timestamp of, hello. I remember that number 917 a few times. Oh, by the way, there's a 187 in here. I didn't circle it. I've shown you a 187. There's a second one. Suicide Weekend. I don't know the drop number for this. Those who are the loudest. Suicide Weekend, pain. Suicide Weekend, hands up, 30 and 28 in the kill brackets. Impossible. Coincidence? We are in control. Big week ahead. So that, again, that's where my brain went. Is I see September 21st, I'm thinking Suicide Weekend's on its way. Now, let's break down the phone number for Suicide Hotline. The 202-456-1414. Let's do each drop. Drop 202. So again, what are we talking about? Okay, so the suicide hotline, why would the suicide hotline be needed? Is because somebody got 187 or they got murdered, they got shot, they got assassinated. Okay, got it. All right, so drop 202, which again is your first 3 digits to your suicide hotline number. It says bad bread, not updated. Q. Now what's special about it? The date is a date of another assassination. November 22nd of 1963 is when JFK was shot. That's interesting. All right, so let's go to piece number 2. 456, we have drop 456. And we have our Durham boat. Interesting. And don't forget, we also have now playing 4, 5, and 6. So you have an assassination, a now playing, and a Durham boat for the phone number. And now we have 1414, which is going to be the last 4 digits of your suicide hotline number. And it happens to be on another 17th date. And it says messages sent. End. Now, if it's the end of the suicide hotline number is 1414, and then it says messages sent, end. Those 3 drops alone, lining up with the suicide hotline number, is pretty wild. That's pretty wild. And I actually have, because I'm thinking of it, let me pull up the one other piece to this that I have to go with it. Here it is. So this number here, 1414, which is your last 4 digits of your suicide hotline. I happen to come across another drop that has 1414 in it that is relatable to this, but I couldn't even fit it onto this page. So I'll show you that real quick too. And it's a delta in 11 days from now. Drop number 4771, which is also 17 and 47 combined. September 25th, 11 days from now, and there it is. Timestamp of 4/14/14. Oh man, there's a lot to this. I also see the 107 right here. Okay, hang on. Somebody put this in my chats, and I never got a chance to pull this up myself, so I'm gonna do this right now, if I'm correct here. See, what was it? Nope. It must have been reverse gematria. Yeah, because it didn't work. Okay, so I'll just put it like this. I saw that somebody posted it up on X that Charles James Kirk, Charlie's full name, equaled 107, which I see right here on the screen, but that is not the case in normal gematria. So I'm just going to leave that alone. So I don't do reverse gematria here and all that stuff. And the reason why is I already go too deep for most people that watch my show, that I'm not going to go any further than I already am. So I'll leave the reverse stuff out of it. Hall Dave, thank you for gifting the 5 subscriptions over on the Rumble side. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. I know those disappear. Thank you very much, good sir. Get caught up there. And Ms. Information, thank you for that cookie as well. All right, so there's, I'm just going to leave this alone because I didn't go breaking this down. I want to show you guys this drop. So the 1414 from the suicide hotline number, there it is. And what's in the drop? QAnon leaders look to rebrand after tech crackdowns. And then you have this, Obamagate and Watergate. Over the target. So I had to bring that in. That's not part of the decode, but I happened to come across that as far as the phone number goes as well. And I guess I'll point this out because I put it on my other decode, is this blue number here. It's for the suicide hotline number. So that number is 289. I've already shown you, if I can find it on here, this giant thing, it's right here. Kash Patel's 911th post had 2 17s in it. Well, there it is. Okay. So the Kash Patel thing had the 2 17s. Now we have this blue number, 289, which is a suicide hotline number. I like showing this off every time I see this drop. I didn't put it in my visual, but let's do the math on this. 289, 17 times 17. equals 289. So another double 17 reference to go along with everything else I'm putting into this. All right, so that's your suicide. I gotta hold off on. Okay, so I'll go to this next actually. Yeah, we'll have to. Okay, so again, I don't know what order I'm going with this on everybody. I'm winging this as I go because this is all. I just got this done and completed. What we're looking at right before I started the show. All right, so piece number 2 to what I have labeled as Suicide Weekend. The picture of Charlie Kirk putting his hand up. One of the things we heard after he was shot on the news and all that was people saying, you know, we got to fight back. We got to fight. All right, so let's do one thing is next to the Suicide Weekend, right here, drop number 700, I pointed out 917 is the timestamp and the other 187 sitting here that I didn't mark. So check this out, 917 is the timestamp of one of the Suicide Weekend drops. Look at Charlie Kirk, he's doing the hand up motion. And I'm going to show you a drop from the date 917. Does that look familiar? Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. A drop on the date 917 has the picture of Trump with the hand up. The fight, matching the picture from Charlie Kirk, and then the date of the picture with Charlie Kirk has Suicide Weekend and the timestamp of the date of the same style picture. Fight. Say what? That's crazy. All right, so not only that, there's your fight, looking like Charlie Kirk down below. Boom. All right, what else happened over the last few weeks, guys? Look inside this drop again. We says Anons picked up on the carpet bombs. We had a red carpet not long before that with Trump and Putin. Now, mind you, I brought up earlier that the Durham report original had 316 pages. The timestamp, break that. That's Durham. Law of War Manual, the 11.3. Okay, so look at the timestamp when Trump and Putin came together and they shook hands. It was 11:11 Alaska time. But East Coast time, it happened to be 3:11. So that's Law of War Manual, but what else is 3:11, everybody? What else is 3:11? Charlie Kirk's initials. What was Trump trying to, what? So the timestamp 11:11, they shook hands, but East Coast times, it was 3:11. I know the drops to say 11:11:18, America will be unified again. Then you have the 11.3 Law War Manual. There's so much that goes into this. So, back up to this. All right, so we have our red carpet event. So again, something that happened before and something that happened after, lining up with the same drop, along with possible Suicide Weekend timestamps. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Go back up. Holy crap. Stay in the same spot. All right. These pictures are going to make me mad. All right, there we go. Now, this is where it gets wild. I brought up the chess piece, everybody. Now, you had Dan Scavino on April 17th repost with this picture, and I also mentioned that Charlie Kirk, the chess piece, is now off the board. I don't care whether you believe if he's dead or not. That makes no difference to me. He's a chess piece that's off the board. Bukele writes, I love chess. Scavino is the one that reposted April 17th. So let's go over to it. For proof, I pulled it up directly. There's your date right there at the bottom, April 17th, 2025, and says, I love chess. Well, it just so happens that, let me get the right direction. Oh, I know where it's at. It's down here. So Jesse Waters, this would be I think it was on Thursday, I believe. I showed the clip of this. Jesse Waters, though, episode 178, which is also an anagram, everybody, for the number 187, which equals murder. The date of this was on 9/8/2025, so the exact same day that Bukele dropped his Buckle Up Buttercups. So 9/8/2025, let me go to it so I can show you. There it is, Buckle Up Buttercups on 9/8/2025. Jesse Waters, where is he? Jesse Waters on that same day, episode 178, which is an anagram 187. Again, that's murder. There's your delta. Shows Oprah Winfrey. And the clip they showed says, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. All right. What did we celebrate on the 11th? The 24th anniversary. In numerology, zeros mean nothing. So the date they showed on this you get a car clip is 2004. You can barely see it behind the Fox News thing. Take the zeros out, you get 24. We celebrated on the 24th anniversary of 9/11. Now, again, same day as Bukele says buckle up buttercups, they showed this. Now, there's a drop that goes with this as well, all right? And that drop shows you the Oprah show. You get to go to jail, 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 you all get to go to jail, right? Now, why is this so important, though? This is what's crazy. So next to this, on the same day as Bukele says buckle up buttercups, you have the you get to go to jail 178 Oprah Winfrey with the 24-year delta to 9/11. You have the drop that has the Oprah show. Now, here's where it gets crazy, everybody. I'm going in circles for some people, but trust and believe I'm going to make it worth it. Go back over here. What do we see here? What was the date of this? The red carpet event was August 15th, 2025, okay? Bukele saying I love chess was on 4/17/25. But the you get to go to jail, you get to go to jail has both. August 15th, 7-year delta to when Trump was on the red carpet with a timestamp that matches to the T the date of I love chess. Now, let me back out so you can see it. There you go. So I love chess, April 17, 2025, matching the timestamp here. Oprah the same day is the same guy. I love buckle up buttercups. Oprah Winfrey. Again, time matching the other Bukele. Date matching 7-year delta to Trump in Alaska with Putin. Not only that, what was it? Drop number 34 I showed you guys. Do I have it on here? I don't. Let me bring up my other visuals so I can show you the 34 one more time. And I'm going to bring it again together. Earlier, I showed you guys this, my other fellow Americans one, and I showed you guys this number exactly, 7888. That's not a perfect match, but the drop number that matches both of those sets of numbers is on 1888. And look at that one. You see that little notch there at the end? I'm sorry, but that looks damn close to a 7. It's almost perfect. There you go. Do that. How about that? There's a match for you. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, and built in underneath the timestamp, you see the numbers 9 and 8 sitting here. Nine, 8. Also, when did he say buttercups originally? 9/8. All of this flows. All of this flows. What? What is going on? I don't know. I'm starting to get lost in my own information. I have so much of it now. All right, so I'm going to pause for a second because I'm going to end up going too fast if I go to the next piece. The next piece is going to be I'll see you in Valhalla. All right, pause. Whoop, there we go. Gotta give me a drink. I gotta keep my brain focused here because this is all so much information to bring out at one time and try to keep it somehow, some way feasible for you guys to to actually take it in correctly. And here's the thing too, I haven't been able to watch chat, so I want to bring this up right now. Anybody that's throwing extra info at me, I'm not going to probably see it during the show, simply because I'm trying to keep myself focused. But also, if I cover any of the info that was inside that you guys throw into the chat, just know I might be ahead of you, but I also might not be too. So tag me on X if you have more stuff to say at the end of this episode. I'm not going to hit everything I got, but trust and believe I'm not going to hit it all. I'm going to forget some stuff to tell you guys. All right. Caught up over here. And let's see, Rumble side, make sure there's no other. Was it the same one? Hell Dave, yes. All right. We're caught up on the chat too. So we're going to do the Valhalla thing next. So there's one other thing before I go into Valhalla I want to bring up to you guys. Yeah, we'll do this one here. I think this is very, very, very interesting. So I got a cough. Be right back. All right, there we go. All right, so let me bring you over to this. Now, still can't clear my throat. I didn't do this. Somebody else put it online. I think somebody tagged me in it. This was incredible. That or I saw it and I reposted it. One of the two happened. But people have been talking about the whole Lee Harvey Oswald thing and how the shooter for Charlie Kirk, like a patsy just like Oswald was. Well, somebody did some damn research and this blew my mind. So it just so happens that John Wilkes Booth's name in English and simple gematria matches Tyler Robinson in gematria, both in English and simple gematria. 1116 for English and 186 for simple. Holy crap. Now, I went ahead and pulled up both drops that matched. So I have 1116 and 186. Found them to be sort of interesting. So just to see where they led me. Drop 186 is November 21st, 2017. Says, you are learning. You needed a push. Godspeed. So let me think about this a second. We have a shooter who matches up name-wise, numerically, gematria-wise with another shooter. Using that info, I go to the drops, and it says you're learning. What kind of push did we just get? Charlie Kirk. It was a turning point. Godspeed, Charlie. Q. That's my own opinion on that one. Now we'll go to the next one. 1116. Tyler Robinson in English gematria. English gematria is on April 9th, 2018, 11:59:12 p.m., which I see the timestamp as having 9:12, 2 days after Charlie got shot, built in it. It says, thank you, Xi. Good start. China/CQ. Cancel. Q. Now, I didn't have a whole lot to say about this one outside of one piece, which is the fact that Jesse Waters did a bit on Russia not all that long ago. If I can find my screenshots of it, hopefully. Where are you? Green. I think this is it. Nope, that's my Mickey Mouse. Oh, I have way too many pictures. Holy cow. Ugh. Where are you? Where is... So my red carpet from Trump and Putin. Bernie, DeCarlos. Hopefully you in here? No? Ugh. I hate when I lose stuff. Where's my Russia decode? Where'd it go? Do I read? Ah, I found it. There it is. Okay, perfect. It was I thought it was named something different. Okay, so this is 1116. And again, for anybody that's not following or having trouble, Tyler Robinson and John Wilkes Booth, both who are shooters and assassins, quote unquote, equal 1116 in gematria. So, going over to 1116 in gematria, I see thank you, G, good start, China, CQ, cancel. So, going back to the visuals I had, I showed you guys the red carpet, which was Putin and Trump on August 15th. So, with that said, what did we have not long ago? The date on this, I can actually find out real quick too. It was, I think it was just a couple days after. Let's see, properties. 9/3. So this is what, 6, 7? This would be 7 days before Charlie Kirk got shot. So what you see on the screen here is the first red carpet. And then you also see, by the way, the timestamp again when they shook hands was 11/11, and we're looking at a drop that's 3 1s and an 3 1. So 1, 11, and a 3. All right. So with that, or I'm sorry, a 6. I said a 3. A 6. There it is, 11116. Thank you, G. Good start. Now we had the red carpet right here, coming from. Oh, God, these pictures kill me. Anons picked up on the carpet bombs. That's where we get the red. Now the second piece of this, again, we're looking at G. Well, a few days after. We had all of them. Putin, Xi, and Little Rocket Man on what? A red carpet. No joke. A red flipping carpet. It goes right back to everything else. Like, are you kidding me? I don't understand how this stuff is possible. I really, truly don't. I truly have no idea how this stuff happens. But whatever they're doing a damn good job, because they just keep on throwing things out there that just link to each other nonstop. I just beside myself with how they do this stuff. So yeah, John Wilkes Booth, Tyler Robinson, 186, and then 1116, the easier way for me to say it. So thought those were also decent hits before we head into the Valhalla part of the show. All right, cover that. Let's get Valhalla set up now. That's this one. There we go. All right. Time for the big Valhalla show. This is... I got too many damn visuals. This is nuts. There's Back to the Future. This is... No, close you too. Damn. There we go. There's my visual. Okay. Alrighty, now on to the next piece here. Alright, I'll see you in Valhalla. And again, I didn't go taking a whole bunch of clips. I got enough screenshots as it is. Pretty sure everybody's heard it by now that when Cash was talking, he went through and said all the stuff he needed to say, and he says, "I'll see you in Valhalla." Well, it's already been out there. I don't need to do this. Several people did this already, but "I'll see you in Valhalla" in simple gematria equals 215. Okay, so this is where it starts getting really weird and whatnot, but it's going to be worth it. So drop 215 says focus on his wife. So Cash gets up there, he is weird and googly-eyed. The numbers are kind of funny. 22-year-old in 33 hours, we'll get to that in a minute. And then he says, I'll see you in Valhalla. I felt like every single thing that was said was a comm. This here says focus on his wife, and that's what equals I'll see you in Valhalla. So I know there's more to this. So focus on the wife. Who else told us to focus on a wife? Specifically Charlie's wife. Candace Owens did. Now, I'm not the biggest Candace Owens fan in the world, but when she throws out something at exactly 10:01 a.m. that's going to match up with something that Trump did and then it's going to connect to everything else I'm doing. I got to say, what the hell, man? So Erica knows everything. Focus on the wife, which came from I'll see you in Valhalla. So I first got to go to 1001 to find out what else is a 1001. So with that, let's go first. I showed you guys drop number 1001, which was Epstein Island, and had a timestamp of 9/11/01. You see it on your screen. Why does that make sense? Because the drop number matches her timestamp. Not only that, it's not the only one. Trump posted his picture, RIP. Everybody loves Charlie at 10:01. Matching Candace Owens. What are the odds? Both of them are at 10:01. Focus on the wife. She knows everything. He matches the timestamp too. Not only that, that timestamp Trump had has the seconds too. 10/1/25. I see that as a date, everybody. And this date right here, I don't know if he's pointing to it or what, but what's it lead us to? It's going to be an 8-year delta to the 2017 Las Vegas shooting, if so. And we had two different people. Focus on the wife, and then Trump with the husband, both of them at 10:01. 8-year delta. Vegas shooting. What happened to Charlie, everybody? Hello. Again, depending on which narrative you believe, I don't care. It doesn't make any difference to me. I'm going with both of them. So 10:01 and 1001. Oh, and then we got to come further. Okay, so Erica knows everything. I'll see you in Valhalla. Matching up with the timestamps, going over to the Vegas shooting. All right, next piece down. Of course, you have Erica's makes her first public remarks. Focus on the wife. There she is. Now, for those out there that's been watching me for a while, you guys know how I am with my screenshots. When something shows up and something's happening at that split second, it has meaning to it. I don't care what anybody out there thinks. I know it has meaning. So it just so happened that I took the picture of her with this timestamp here, 6:32. Now, this is not inside the visual. I'm just going to show you that. I didn't even circle the thing because I just wanted to remember to do it. I'm going to show you something. 6:32 military time is 1832. Think mirror, that number there, 1832, military time backwards would be 2381. Why is that important? Because in the drops, the number 2381, very simply put, is treason. It is the code for treason. So I just so happened I caught that picture with that timestamp on it. I thought that was interesting how that worked out. But anyway. Okay, let me find out where I'm at here. Did that. I still need to go over here. Okay, so I need to go in here now. Okay, so I did cover this, but here's the other visual for this. So I showed you guys the Charlie Kirk, the Prey, the November 5th with the shirt. And over here you have the Charlie Kirk dead, which is a shot heard around the world. But then this piece here is the first time you guys will really see this one here. So we have Charlie Kirk dead directly on the screen of Fox News, going with the Charlie Kirk dead gematria. Again, we've seen this, but I want to point this out. I circled the two 14s. We have the 14 priors right here. And down below, I added into Carlos Brown 14 times. So we have 14, which is going to go right back to our suicide hotline number ending in 1414. I told you guys the number 14 would come into play later on, and it really did. So I think we're now playing as well. All three movies simultaneously, just like the phone number tells us. 456 is dead center. Just what? All right. right, so next piece. All right, so since I mentioned the suicide hotline number, we're going to go back to that piece of it now. This is so hard to keep up with. Holy crap. All right, so earlier we did the phone number, the full phone number. We did drop 202-456 and 1414. All of it seemed to kind of, I guess you could say, flow together just a little bit. So back over to this. Drop number 1414, so we're still using those numbers. This drop says message sent, end. End is the main word I'm kind of focused on here. So I guess I'll point this out too, because if I don't, somebody in the chat will yell at me for not saying it. So May 17th, we have a 17. We have 6/10/24, or you can flip that 6 around and you have the exact date Charlie was shot. It was the 24th anniversary of 9/11, so you have 1 day prior with the flipped 24th anniversary, and 9/11 is how you actually end the blue numbers. Not only that, 9/9, so you have 144, 99, 11, 9/11, however you want to look at it. The gate Charlie's casket was taken to was gate 144. I have the screenshot. I forgot to put it into this thing. 9/9 would be the date before he was shot, which is also the date I gave you that crazy calculation that was 78888. And then you have the 9/11, which is of course the day after. It's just everything flows together in this. So now that I'm past that, this drop ends with end. Just last week, I did a decode that also had the word end in it, and I thought this was interesting, so I threw it in here. So, drop number 302 says for green, end. The ID number happens to have yesterday's date in it. And it has BB1 as well. BB. Who do we know as BB? Oh, that's right. The guy who runs Israel for Last. BB. We've been hearing a lot of that lately. So where am I going with this, though? The 302 timestamp. I'm sorry, not timestamp. The 302 drop number. I have gotten so many 302s lately, it is absolutely absurd. When I see or hear 302, I always think for green, Q, and end. But for green. So how many psyops have we had on us recently? I can't even count them. The D. Carlos Brown, that Ukrainian chick, I don't care what you think about that. That was fake. Charlie Kirk, fake. Donald Trump shot, fake. How far can we go with this? I don't know. Oh, there's another one. Recently, Marjorie Taylor Greene came into play. People stormed her office. Some of you guys might remember this. MTG's office number is 2201. They had a big group of people that went inside of her office, and they had requested a meeting in order to impeach Donald Trump, which was declined, or declined. So I threw this in there too because all the green, 2201 matching the room number. Guess what date, guys? There's that special date again. September 17th. And I showed you this so I don't confuse you guys. The MTG office decode on the September 17th matches up again with the fight drops date September 17th. Matching Charlie Kirk's picture. That picture of Charlie Kirk matches Suicide Weekend that also has 9/17. Then we go down to Marjorie in her office. It's on September 17th, and this is from last week, or the week before. In this drop, this was a decode I've already done, so I'm kind of going quickly through it. But we had a whole group of people go in her office. They were panicking. They were requesting a meeting about POTUS that was declined. That exact same day on Fox News, we found out that Ryan Ruth, the other shooter for Donald Trump at the golf course, also requested a meeting that was declined, and RR is at the beginning of request meeting, making it a double. just what is going on. So, why the green? Because of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me see, is there anything else? Oh, yep. Oh boy, this takes so long to do. All right, back over to this side. We already covered this, the 1001, 9/11/01, the timestamps matching for Vegas from Trump and Candace Owens. She knows everything. So we're back inside of this drop. Drop number 1001, 9/11/01 is your timestamp. This is going to be a couple things. We already know about the 187. I brought this up already. Charlie Kirk was 187, and his wife's name is Erica, starts with an E. But rest of the drop. So we have HRC in here. Yes, I knew that. I brought that up before. I don't care about that part, but I highlighted it because other people were saying something about it. What I cared about was this. Pure evil. And it just so happened in the same week as we have all these comms that lead us to this specific drop, we had these exact words on our favorite comms guys, Fox News, for our D. Carlos or D. Class Brown. Pure evil. Pure evil. Thought that one was pretty cool. Yeah, pure evil. Anybody that missed this earlier, D. Carlos's Brown spells out D class. All right, so we covered all this and this. All right, now we got to get into one more piece here. So I just now showed you this too, so you guys do not forget. I'm going to show you certain things over and over so you guys don't forget. The same drop we just looked at is 9/11/01. So we're going to go back to 9/11 comms right now, okay? Because I'm going to add more to it. So there's your 9/11 reference coming from both Trump, Candace Owens. It has your D. Carlos Brown, pure evil. Now let's go further. So I've shown you this. So when Kash Patel happened to say that they caught the guy, then released the guy that shot Charlie, that was his 911th post. So let me show you that. There it is, 911th post. Along with him having 2 17s in his name, we've covered all this. But now I'm going to take this a step further. That was a reminder. So the main piece would be the 9/11 part. All right, 9/11/01 was the Epstein Island timestamp. With that said, let's go check out what MonkeyWorks was doing the other day as well, because this is crazy how this is going to come into play. 9/11 stuff. All right, so we've already brought up the 4, 5, and 6 now playing. So here's the dates that here's the whole picture here, so you guys can see this. MonkeyWorks, I got a screenshot of it. He was showing the times of the private jet that suddenly appeared and disappeared off radar, whatever, and there was all the anomalies, okay? That's where this information's coming from. Here's your date, 9/11, to show you guys why it connects. Now, the top 2 timestamps he's showing here from the date of Charlie Kirk shooting is 6:54 and 9:07. Now, we've seen these numbers before because that number 654 already got shown, everybody. There it is. Remember the big decode earlier? 654, 11654 coming in from Charlie Kirk's birth to death. All right, well, there's another 654. Check it out. What are the odds of this? 654 and 907. We always say to think mirror. So let's look at both of these sets of numbers backwards. 456, that's our now playing. 709. What the hell is 709? I'll show you what 709 is. Just so happens that when you take both of those numbers reversed, 654 and 907, you actually get to the drop 4904 of 4, 5, and 6 on date 709. 654907 reverse gives you all 3 movies playing simultaneously. How do you find it interesting that everything discussed in the past is somehow making news as of late? 456 709. Hey guys, look. 217. Does that look familiar? Does that look familiar? Let's follow that number. Oh, 217s. 217, guys. Looky. 217s. So July 9, 709, 456. There's your 217s from Cash Patel. And what number was Cash's drop? It was number what? 911? Was it 9? Oh, that's right. It was 911. Think Mirror. Oh, let's look. Hello. There's your numbers again. Let me back out so you can see the whole thing. Here you go. So 654 and 907 backwards goes exactly to all 3 movies playing simultaneously, and the added numbers inside of it matches the number of posts from Cash Patel with the following and followers of Cash Patel celebrating the 24th anniversary of 9/11, and 24 is even in the time stamp. Are you kidding me? And I said 302 was the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. Though it's out of order, you have 3, 0, and 2 sitting here. I know it says 320, but just for fun. Marjorie Taylor Greene was here, and that came from here, 302. For who? For Marjorie Taylor Greene. Man. Say what? Oh, and then this too. Last piece, finally, for this big one. So we had the 911, the 456, the 217s, all going to Cash Patel on 9/11, right? What else happened on 9/11? I told you guys before that Fox News likes their comms, and Fox News shows us they like their comms. So let me get this screenshot up. There it is. On 9/11, we had the comms team on the screen with a timestamp of Think Mirror 1109. Remember that? So 9/11. Who's giving out the comms, guys? The white hats, the 17s, right? So I'm going to prove to you that they're 9/11 comms. 9/11 would mean I need a 17 in the picture. Okay, let's do it. Oh, it happened. Trump attends Yankees game commemorating 9/11 with the number 17, putting the damn wreath on the thing. I don't even have words for this stuff, man. I seriously just don't have words for this stuff anymore. This stuff is insane. How do they do it? I don't know. I wish I had those answers. I truly have no idea. Oh boy. Now, and then I guess I'll throw this out there. I've said this before. There's a date coming up, 9/17, okay? I've said it multiple times, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the drops up for 9/17. There's your fight drop, guys, okay? There's also this. On September 17th, let me see your war face, okay? I have no idea what the odds of this are, but the intro I have, the secondary intro I did not play today, which I'm about to start up so you guys can see this. This is my daughter's birthday, September 17th, and she was born in 2011. I quite literally see my daughter's numbers in here. 9/17/11 is her birthday. Now, mind you that this drop here is on her birthday. You see this guy right here? For those of you on the Rumble side, you might have never seen my secondary intro. Check this out. This is the creepiest, on-point, personalized message you can possibly get, in my opinion. Again, 9/17/11 is my daughter's birthday. There's 917 drop, and there's this guy. Here's my secondary intro. I'm only playing the first 15 or so seconds so you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is crazy.
No shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian, private joker. I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. You little scumbag. I got your name. I got your ass. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up. Get on your feet. You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and shut down your neck. Sir, yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So y'all can think what you want about that, but you have my intro, dude, on my daughter's birthday, with my daughter's birthday on the screen. And then let me go over to you guys that don't know, I have my own birthday thing too. June 5th is my birthday, and what do you find on June 5th? Oh, the other one with him in it. I've never been cued, but I think that's the most cute thing you can possibly do. My birthday, my daughter's birthday, both with this guy, and it's on my intro. That's a personalized comm right there. And if you don't think so, I'm sorry. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And there is your massive, put together, as best I could, monster. Let me see where... Here we go. I'm gonna get both of them side by side. So here's where I started. Here's where it ended. And I'm not even done yet, actually, technically. I still have a few more things I got to bring open. This is nuts. I can't believe how much there is here. Oh, here it is. Duh, it's right in front of my eyes. Yeah. This one. Yeah, okay. Is there anything on this I need to do? See, I've hit that. I've hit all that. Yep. Okay. Got the prey, pure evil, great fellow Americans, zero deltas, shot heard around the world, freedom, drop 654, 187, buckle up buttercups, here we go, I love chess, same day as buckle up buttercups, you could go to jail on Oprah show, the timestamp matching exactly to I love chess, matching the date of the red carpet event. I see something I forgot to point out. Red carpet event up here. You see the timestamp is 11/11 in Alaska. The airplane they had showing was AK-11AF, which is 1111116. Why do those numbers sound familiar? Oh, that's right. It was John Wilkes Booth and Tyler Robinson equals 1116. AK-11AF 1111116. We have quad ones here as well. What? What is going on? Thank you for the Rumble Rant, Trump Country USA. CIA contacted you yet, Matrix? I'm pretty sure they need a decoder like you. Most people accuse me for working for them, actually, because of what I do. Let's say this, if the white hats came calling, I would be the first one out the door and doing it. But if CIA, FBI, or anybody came knocking on my door, I'd tell them to go shove up their fucking ass, is what I'd do. But if a true white hat showed up and said that, yes, I'd be all over it. Thank you, Trump Country USA. And let me see, do I have any others over here? Hey, Fruit Bat's in the house. What's going on, Fruit Bat? Welcome in and good to see you. Thank you for the can. Joey G, thank you for that cookie and good to see you as well. And Sean Joe's in the house. Welcome in. Good to see you, good sir. Thank you for that cookie. All right, so now on the screen, this was something I just haven't got to show. I don't even know if I posted this on X or not. But a few days, let's see, when was this? 9/4. So a week ago, basically. We had this on the screen from Jesse Waters. It says nowhere to hide. And when you search in the drops you get 2 posts with nowhere to hide. And it says there's nowhere to hide. So it says National Guard and mill assets activated on U.S. soil. The game is over when the public knows. The fight to keep the lights off is all that matters to you. You will fail. The American people are awake. You lost control. Sheep no more. You underestimated their resolve and their ability to free think away from the pipeline narrative. We will declass. And this is on 9/4. The very next day is whenever I hit. Let me find it. I have too many things open. My D. Carlos Brown thing. That's where I'm going with it. Let's see, where am I at? There we go. Pull from this. Here we go. Has D class in it. Don't forget D. Carlos Brown. This information about D. Carlos Brown came out on the 5th. So this here is from the 4th. And it says, we will D class. And then the next day, we had D. Carlos Brown information show up on the internet. No joke. All the fake video of it. So it says, we will shine light. There is nowhere to hide. No amount of money, influence, or power can stop this. Our rights to secure and protect at all cost then become justified. We stand at the ready. Red wave, white squall, in God we trust. Q. Now, towards the bottom of it, the rest of this drop, I brought up Russia already. There you go. All my Russia stuff I just got done going through, the red carpet and all that, Putin and Xi and whatnot. If you are smart or stupid, you know what just occurred at the meeting in Russia. Attempts to frame Russia/POTUS optics are failing and will soon be exposed. Objective to keep POTUS away from Putin failed. Bolton plus Putin should scare you. Enemies are allies. Evil has no place here. America is no longer for sale. The age of taxing our citizens across the world while entry to our markets is free is over. The world will unite in this cause. See, G verse E/R verse W. So I'm not, whatever. Forced immigration pushes will be exposed. The Y. Read the Bible. God wins. Q. So what's that? The world will unite in this cause. G V E/R V W. Good versus evil. I don't know what the R is. Verse world. What's the R? I don't remember. Good versus evil. Something versus world? What's the R? I don't know. Either way. So there you go. That's a little simple one for you guys. Little small simple one. After all the craziness I've been doing, I gotta throw a few simple ones in here. All right. So, but next up I have to show what turned out to be my own personal first ever post that went semi-viral ever. Like, what the hell? This right here, very simple. So the sniper was 22 years old. He was caught in 33 hours. What's 33 plus 55, everybody? 22 plus 33 is 55. What is 55? My fellow Americans. My great fellow Americans. Very simple. And that's easily the most seen post I've ever done in my life. And then this from earlier. Dave from News Treason said it so good. Most folks in the anon world acknowledge that Barack Obama is a fabricated character to play a role. They acknowledge his wife is a fabricated character to play a role. And they acknowledge his kids are fabricated characters from a surrogate to play roles. The question many fail to ask is who else that we on the TV might fall into the same category. Might it be some folks we've come to know and love? Q-Drop 2007 says, emotions, judgment, cloud judgment. The world is a stage. That stage applies to both sides of the information war. Ain't no joke. Perfect wording on that. Focus on the mission. Keep on saying that. And then I'll go back to this real quick here. I got to remind everybody all the time, no matter what you think about anybody's decodes, beware of false prophets. I am not a prophet. You are not a prophet. We are not prophets. The most important line, focus on the mission and leave your damn emotions at the door. If you can't handle truth, if you can't handle somebody saying something you disagree with, you shouldn't be here. That's all I can say. I can hurt somebody's feelings with if I speak with how I truly feel, but I try to be a little on the even keel side. But psyops run the world, and if you guys haven't seen by now, just in the bit of stuff I've shown you, I think it's absolutely impossible that all of this stuff that we have just seen can come together if it wasn't planned. That is my honest opinion. Right versus wrong. Thank you. Duh. How did I not think that? Good versus evil, right versus wrong. Oh, that's why the slash was there. Okay, now you got me. That's why it was. Was that lore? Is that lore tab? Lore tab 10. Thank you for the $1 Rumble rant to let me know right versus wrong on that equation. Thank you. So, what are the odds of all this? We know it's mathematically impossible. If all of this stuff lines up the way it does, yeah, I'll see you in Valhalla, linking to the wife, the dates of everything. What do you guys think? And I kind of do mean, what do you guys think based on the evidence I have been providing here today, more so than what you thought maybe before you got into here, before you got to see all this? What did you think before, and what do you think now? Because there's too many things that line up way too perfectly. Now, here's one thing I have to say too, is how would they know this and not do anything about it? That's one thing people keep asking me. Well, if they knew he was going to die, then why would they let him die? Characters in movies, in this movie we're watching, can be created from a very young age. They're called crisis actors or just actors, however you want to look at it. Everybody keeps telling Charlie Kirk's story about, oh, I met him 18 years ago or 17 years ago. He was 18 years old, 18 years old, 18. They're building his character. Look at J.D. Vance. What happened when he first came on the scene? Oh, let me tell you, I'm from the middle class and my meemaw and this, that, and the other. He's a character. RFK, when he had his running mate. Oh, I'm from the middle class and I did it. They're characters. Charlie Kirk was a character, no matter how you feel about him. Everything you've seen so far, from not just me, but everybody else out there that keeps on putting things together, you have to open your eyes. We're being psyoped left and right. I don't even know what's real anymore as far as what they show us on TV, which is why I cover Fox News and I try to decipher what I can. But even I can, sometimes get lost and maybe, hell, I wasn't sure if Charlie was dead or not. It took me a couple of days of nonstop seeing and hearing everything to fully come to the conclusion, yeah, I'm pretty well sure he's alive. And if you don't like me saying that, I'm sorry. I don't care what you think. I'm presenting you with every bit of evidence I possibly have, and I'm going to give you my opinion because I have the voice here. And you're welcome to argue with me in the chat, though, I will say that. But I don't know. There's too much information. There's too much stuff that comes together, and I don't have words other than this is mathematically impossible, everybody. And my favorite thing of all this is this. And again, I caught this live on air. When this hit, I didn't know what to do with myself. How does every single thing about this dude line up inside there? I have no words for that. Crazy. All right, so let me see. Let me go through my stuff and make sure there's nothing that I missed that I wanted to make sure I covered today. Go down my X real quick. Got all those. Covered it. Okay, I'll just show this. I posted this on X. I don't even remember what drop I pulled it from, but it says, news beginning to leak. Not new to Anons. Old. Future proves past. Eyes on. Q. Now, referring to that is how I feel about so many things is everything we are seeing, we've seen it already. They're replaying things with new characters, new lines, and new scripts that are just slightly altered. Some people might leave the screen, some people might go off the chessboard, some might actually really die, I don't know. But I will say this, they're all damn characters. Look at this. Here's just a simple thing. No sound needed. Just look at Cash Patel here. Even Cash is a character, bro. I love Cash to death. I want to go out and have a beer. I don't drink beer. I'll go out and have some whiskey with that dude. But that right here, is that somebody in a Cash mask? Or is he lit? Is he high? What is going on with him? His eyes are bugged out of his head. He is so creepy looking. Then again, Cash is a character too. Cash is definitely a character. Oh, yep, I can keep you guys over here, I guess. So, this wasn't my decode. I'm not going to take credit for it. Shout out to Ripcord and also the Justice Cometh. So, on Deltas for yesterday, actually, I got rid of them on accident. Let me pull them up real quick. These are yesterday's Deltas here, and this is the name of the show right here. September 14th through 18, 21 through 25, track and follow events. All right. The bottom of this drop here says, did Kevin set his alarm? Now, over here on my channel, recently, we had, I think, was it yesterday? No. Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. I'm actually pulling the screenshots right now. So what Ripcord was pointing out is, wrong piece. Ripcord was pointing out was the fact that Kevin Cork was on the morning Fox and Friends, and so he put, did Kevin set his alarm? Or, what did he say? Look who set his alarm this morning. Kevin Cork is living out the September 13th Delta today on Fox and Friends. So Kevin set his alarm. But we also had another Kevin on Fox News. This was on the same day Charlie Kirk got shot. There is the other Kevin. Did you set your alarm? And for anybody that doesn't know, Kevin McCarthy is our original, or what I call the original Scaramucci model. And I'm about to prove that here in 1 second. I did post this yesterday too as a reminder because I knew I would end up getting to it. Here it is. All right, so why is Kevin McCarthy the Scaramucci model? Let's find out. When Kevin McCarthy was Speaker of the House, his room number was 2468, or office number, whatever you want to call it. So Kevin McCarthy, 2468. Drop 2468 is the Scaramucci play, everybody. Just so you know. Temp hire to remove embedded untrustworthy staffers. Spicer Priebus. Temps can be very dangerous to those who are targeted. White hat optics must remain stable. Many did not leave by choice. There's our less than 10 people know the entire story. Control equals power. You attack those the most who are the biggest threat. Swamp contains red and blue. One last piece of this is your timestamp ends with 4, 5, 6 right here. And of course, wow. As you've seen a few times today, we had 4, 5, and 6, which is again is the ending of the timestamp for a Scaramucci play for temp hires for people that are going to come into the movie and then suddenly just disappear for some strange reason, everybody. And sometimes they might just leave in a way that would surprise you and make you think they're dead. I rest my case. Holy crap. And I think I've covered it all. I'm going to do one last check. I'm almost positive I've covered everything I wanted to cover, though. But I don't want to say that before too early. Oh, there. Oh, yep. I have to show this. Hang on. The Bella thing. Bella. All right. Okay, so this is from True Stormy Joe. He has the Bella from Donald Trump. He posted this up. When was this? Yeah, this is 2 days ago. So Stormy Joe posted up the Bella thing. Bella is the word of the day. It's just so ironic that on August 17th, Trump had the strange post Bella, which is still up. Anyway, off to my bike ride, probably nothing. So I had something already that goes with the date for the Bella. So I went ahead and put it together. And let me go ahead and just get the screenshot so I can zoom in and out of it for you guys. There it is. There we go. All right, so Bella. Trump's truth about Bella. Date, August 17th, 2025, and your timestamp says 9:31. I don't know if Stormy Joe's Eastern or not, so I'm not sure if that's perfect or not. So we're just going to use the date, August 17th, 2025, from Bella. So that's a 5-year delta to this post here, 4621. And it just so happens we showed this earlier because this is your Kevin Klein-Smith 11.3. So what I'm pointing out here is that this Bella 5-year delta to when Trump put Bella, this is a 5-year delta to this drop. But there was a pause in the drops back in 2020. As you guys can see here on July 31st, 2020, here's drop 4620. The next drop took 17 days to hit. And when you utilize the timestamps, the numbers that come up from this calculation between these two drops is absolutely mind-blowing. Just so happens between those two drops, it's 17 days, 17 hours, 55 minutes, and 55 seconds. So I guess the easiest route to finish off the show would be to say, you've seen those numbers before, haven't you guys? Right? So let me put this together. Let me put this together visually so it's easy to consume. All right, so here's the biggins right here. I showed you guys a dual 17 from Cash with his 9/11 post. And then Charlie Kirk leading to the My Fellow Americans from the storm drop. Quad zeros being the name of the picture and the name of the shirt he was wearing when he got shot. Right? Okay. So 17, 55. There's your 17. And your 55. And the last bit, think of Charlie with his two hands up, 5 by 5. Kind of like John McCain, because he is now gone. 5 by 5? 55. No, 5 by 5. Yes, 55. 5 by 5. I hope you guys are catching up what I'm putting out there. Some of you are. But yes, that's a 5 by 5 right there. Every bit of numbers has been in everything. I'm brain dead right now for having to go through all that for like a 4th time. And I think I have it covered now. So if there is anything at all that I have missed in this show, number one, I'm sorry, but I will probably end up posting it out or showing whatever I might have missed on my next show. Because as usual, once I get done, I go, oh man, I forgot about this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But we're only 2 hours and 20 minutes into the show right now. And I think 2 hours and 20 minutes is not too bad for doing that many connections, actually. So I might just end it here, I think. So let me see real quick. We're into chat here. I am caught up there. Anything on Rumble? Nope. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So now what I want to do is anybody out there who does follow me, whether it's here, X, Truth, I don't care, for the stuff I've put out here today, if there's something you want to add to it, tag me on X, tag me on Pill, tag me on Truth. Make sure you tag me though, and let me know you have stuff to add to this, so that way I can look at it, tell me what I missed, tell me what I screwed up, because all I can say is there was so much info in here that I might have missed some things or said wrong things. I don't know, but I would like to hear from you guys about what you think. Hands up. You mean after the hit? Yeah, there you go, Laura Y. So there's multiple ways I meant by the hands up. So when John McCain had 30 days to live, there was a picture of him with his hands up. 5 fingers up, 5 fingers up. So Charlie didn't have his fingers up, but yeah, his hands went up, and I was basically pointing out the death scenario of the 5x5 as well. So it's a combination of many things. Did I mention Booth was an actor? I didn't mention he was an actor specific, but I brought up the whole entire John Wilkes Booth thing right here. John Wilkes Booth. I guess there's one other connection I can at least point out to you guys. So I'm trying to think where the numbers come from. Oh, I think I know. Over here. There we go. The number 1414 I showed you guys earlier. So 414. Oddly enough, 414 was the date that John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln, apparently. 414. So earlier we showed 1414 and why it was important in the suicide hotline number, and then we saw this drop here with a timestamp of 41414, which, good Lord, which is a delta for what? 11 days from now, Q rebranding, and then we have Obamagate and Watergate as well. So 1414, 414, John Wilkes Booth, and John Wilkes Booth, Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk's wife. They're all actors. Enjoy the show, everybody. And if I annoy anybody by saying that, I'm not sorry, because the evidence speaks for itself in every which way. Any which way you look at it. Yes, October 14th, not King David. That would also be Charlie Kirk's birthday, because it was 34 days before his birthday. And of course, Drop 34 also has the other My Fellow Americans also covered in here. Thank you, Susan. You're welcome, everybody. Reading all the trying. Hey, Mustard Tiger, I see you out there. How many people we have in here, by the way? We have 213 on the pilled side. Holy crap. We have 665 people over there on the Rumble side. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, I am seeing it right. Holy cow. Welcome in, everybody on the Rumble side. I've never had that many people in a single show at any one time, and that's just on Rumble. We're at 809. We're almost at 900 people in the house. Jeez Louise. Oh. Well, welcome in, everybody. I had no clue. I had no clue there was that many people in here. Sorry I wasn't in the chat very often, but I had to do nothing but my decodes today. That was my thing. Here's the good news, everybody. If you're just hopping in the door, we are literally only 2 hours and 25 minutes now into the show. I kept this as quick and concise as I possibly could, with the most possible info built into a shorter amount of time, because my shows typically run 4 to 8 hours. And I didn't want to have a 4 to 8 hour decode show that was pure decode. That would just be too much. So I am going to end up finishing the show here and stop, because the amount of info was packed into this 2 hour show is ridiculous. It actually hurt my head just trying to get it to you guys in any kind of order that made sense. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this. I do hope to see all of you guys back here again as well. This week, Monday through Friday, typically, evening show would be me and my co-host Omazon, but I'm also planning on doing some day shows this week as well, which would be just me, and just doing decodes in the morning to free up some time in the evening time as well. So I'm trying to get myself to set on a specific schedule where I can get morning shows done and do some extra decode shows too, just to knock them out, because there's not enough time in the day to finish off all the stuff that we cover. Covering Fox News 5 days a week wears you out. Oh boy. All right. So any more thank yous to say? Sean Joe, you were the last cookie. Thank you very much, good sir, for that. Red Pills, 133 on the Red Pills. Thank you guys much for that. 282 likes on the Rumble side. Holy crap, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys. And any of, let's see, what was it? 5 or 6 different people that did subscriptions. I already thanked you, but thank you again for those. Thank you for the Rumble rants and also the subs from Goober over here on the pilled side, the Gold Pill Love. Numbers are incredible today. Yeah, we nearly hit 900 people for the show. That's mind blowing to me. Wow, I'm glad I didn't look at those numbers earlier. I might have been a little nervous. Either way, all right. I think I might get out of here. See what else I can find for the rest of the day, and I guess whatever I find, I'll be presenting tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking right now. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to bring up to you guys before I go out? No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I think this is a very successful decode show. I got most things off my chest that I've been putting on X for the last week or so. I think I covered it all. And again, tag me on X if you want to add to it or show me something, because that's the best way to do it. I will eventually get to it. I'm just not used to having this many people's eyes on and this many people talking to me. I'm doing my best here, guys. But with that, I'm about done here. So this was Sunday, September 14th, 2025. This was Cracking the Q Code, September 14 through 18 and 21 through 25. Track and follow events. And with that said, today is that first day, September 14th. Now through the 25th, guys, track and follow events. We just saw what happened in the last few days. I think moving forward, this movie's going to get crazier and crazier. And just like Bukele said, buckle up, buttercups. It is about to get bumpy. And it already is. Thank you for the shade, Sunshine PSG. Good to see you in here as well. But with that, I think I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. And try to keep your emotions set aside. Yes, you can cry over situations. But when you hear the truth, use logic with that truth. Don't deny it. Don't push it away. And don't tell us we're fucking crazy anymore. The evidence speaks for itself. We're watching a damn movie. But with that said, I am MatrixQdeBreaker. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. MQB is out.
Holy crap. Now, I just want to get something on my screen. I've got a couple of little things to say. Where's it going to open up? There. I knew it would. Downloads, because it's one. Downloads saved. Little drop I want to show you. It's not that one. Fuck's sake. It's that one there. From A and on. Yeah, brilliant. I'll show you that in a sec. Right, he's talking about the 5x5 there, and if you don't know, 5x5 is used in the military, isn't it? It's loud and clear. It's like full signal, and you're coming through nice and clear. It's nice and loud, nice and clear. Anyway, we've seen that a lot of times with No Name, McCain, and that done in 30 to the funeral and things like that. But if that doesn't blow your mind, and you can watch stuff like that and not think how big this picture is and what is going on, I don't know what to tell you anymore. How many more times before it is mathematically impossible? And it's quite funny, actually, watching that the people that say Q is a LARP, live action role play, It probably is, isn't it? This, I don't know how they've done it, how they've scripted this all, and the deltas, and whether they're using AI or benevolence or supercomputers, or it's fucking God's plan or whatever. You know, you don't know. But if you're not paying attention to this stuff, you're not seeing what's going on. And it is amazing to see. And don't forget, that is 6 weeks old, and Matrix has done so many amazing Fox News drops and more on Erica Kirk and all these sorts of things since that I've seen. And it's great watching Rambo and stuff like that when he's on, because he puts little snippets of it. Otherwise, you've got to sit there and watch a 6, 7, 8 hour show, right? Which is why when I sent him that message about, have you got that decode anywhere? And he sent me that. I thought, brilliant, what a great opportunity to get this out and show you that. That is so interesting. Matrix, I absolutely love what you do. Fucking brilliant. Right. Elisa couldn't join today, but please follow our Patriots Across the Pond show. We've had so many accounts deleted and stuff like that I'm starting again, right? And my Rumble channel is the main channel I'd like people to follow me on. I know it's on YouTube as well, but I don't care about YouTube, what they've done and all this sort of stuff and what you can say. But my Rumble channel in the bottom there, Stu's News Live 5, whatever it is. But that's quite funny. If you are watching Elisa, I didn't put it out on my Rumble channel today. I put it out on YouTube, my ex, and your Rumble channel. So now I've got to download it all and load it up to my Rumble. I made a mistake there, but that's no stress at all. That's my little present to you, because you're not very well today. And cure is a lark. Elisa, I've done that. So let me just read this, because this is amazing. And if you do watch me on Rumble or Elisa or wherever, please, I don't care about YouTube, like I say, but my Rumble account, if you could please subscribe to that and give me a thumbs up every time you watch, that would be highly appreciated. And on Elisa's, we've got another show as well, Patriots Across the Pond and Friends, which is every Tuesday. Tomorrow, I don't actually know what time it's on at the moment. I think it's 5:30 UK time, 12:30 Eastern America. And we got Larry Ballard on, and Larry Ballard will be, wait, let me just find it, because I want to give you the proper information. It won't take long. He said wisely and informatively. Larry Ballard, that one there. And Larry's going to be talking about the greatest transfer of wealth, Nasara and XRP, which is going to be an amazing show, because I've not spoken to him before, but I've seen him on other shows. Elisa's spoken to him before, and I think I've seen him on Nino. But let me just read this, because we are small accounts, and this is a great post by Anon he put the other day. All right. So all the accounts grinding with low numbers, remember the ripple effect. You're all a ripple in the pond. Exactly. I remember what it's like to put hours into a video and barely get any views. I wanted big numbers because it helps me red pill people, but I didn't jump in the fight for numbers. My mission was to wake up just one person. That would make the time put in worth it. I remember the feeling I first got the first time someone told me I'd woke them up. And I remember it, and I still remember it every time anyone says anything to me, or thanks me, or sends me a private message, and I get a fair few. Right? I remember the feeling I got the first time someone told me I woke them up. Breaking 1 million views on a video was cool. It would be nice if I could do that someday, but it don't hit home the same as waking someone up. Whooping the mainstream media also feels good. Exactly that. And so it's Larry Ballard. And I just want to say as well that Elisa, I love you too. Me and her are really trying to build this Patriots Across the Pond show now, and it's really going well. And we've got loads of cracking guests lined up that are going to come on most Tuesdays. And Scooter, all right, thank you very much. I know, but Scooter was one of my best followers when I had my massive TikTok channel. I thought it was quite massive. I was getting thousands and thousands of views and likes and comments and stuff. He promoted that and shared it everywhere and all that sort of stuff. So you, sir, are also a legend. Thank you very much for everything you're doing as well. That's it. That is it. I hope you enjoyed that. Elisa, get well soon. And I hope you're sorted for Larry tomorrow. Because I might be all nervous if I'm doing it on my own. No, I'll be all right. But I think you'll be fine for it. So we'll be good. And I've put a little outro video on. And this is the sort of patriot girl I like. Fair play. Right, this is great. So, from Stu's News, Patriots Across the Pond, and friends, I'll see you soon. Where we go, one, we go all.
Yeah. Y'all preach peace with a fist in the air, huh? Funny how tolerance turns into a witch hunt. Well, I ain't playing nice no more. You belong in a cage, preaching love, but you're breathing rage. You say cancel this, cancel that, think you're a woman but your chest is flat. Preaching freedom while you're chaining my tongue. I'll keep fighting to the last breath from my lung. Calling everyone Nazis and fascists. There's something wrong with your brain. I'm pairing yourself to Holocaust victims. Damn, you people are insane. Fuck the world. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my You say compassion, but you scream and shout. You say justice, but you kill the debate. Truth don't live where your hate creates. Fuck the world. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. Lighting fires just to watch them burn. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. Yeah. You can try and cancel me, but I ain't signing up for your circus. Freedom's my language, and I speak it loud.